So here's the truth, and this really is the truth, is that every single relationship is going to end in either a breakup or in death. And that's just the truth. The last 8 years of my life have been really, really tough from a love life point of view. And I spent 4 years with a woman who, though she's lovely, was just absolutely incapable of being able to love me. And there are many reasons for that, and some of them I need to take ownership for. But what happened was that I, for at least 4 of the 5 years we were on and off, fell into the trap of trying to become the person I needed to be in order for her to love me, and changing all the ways she needed me to change. I worked incredibly hard on myself. I tried to fix all the mistakes that I'd made, which made it hard for her to love me. And I turned myself inside out. In fact, I broke myself trying to be this person that could show how much I absolutely adored her in the hopes that she could love me back. And the more that I did that, the less that she was able to love me, and the more it actually hurt. But yet, she kept coming back in time and time again. And I kept on hoping that, this time was going to be different, she was going to change, and it was just more of the same. But I allowed that. And I can tell you quite honestly that in the time that we were together, I've never felt so alone. In fact, even the times I've been truly single, I haven't felt as alone as I did there. And there are a whole lot of lessons. We attract that which we need in order to learn the lessons that we need to learn in life to be able to move on, to be able to evolve. And we can't truly evolve until we've learned those lessons. And the lessons from that, and I'd like to share that with you, were really hard-won lessons, and it came with a lot of hurt. But firstly, you can't look to somebody else for love. That love comes from within, and you can't expect somebody else to love you. You need to love yourself enough that that's enough love. And asking someone to love you and expecting someone to love you is never going to happen until you love yourself fully. And even once you do love yourself fully, you need to recognize that even if somebody says that they do, if the words say I love you, and she was really good at that, really good at the words, but the actions and the feelings they just weren't there. So as much as somebody might tell you that they love you, if you don't feel it, if they don't show you, you need to love yourself enough to move on, no matter how much that hurts you. And then lastly, you should never ever have to change to be loved. That if you have to become somebody different, if you have to change, if you have to. And I truly believe that people can change, and that you evolve. You're changing all the time, but there's good change and bad change. If you have to change to be loved, that's bad. You owe it to yourself to walk away. If you are emotionally mature enough to know and acknowledge that in a relationship, both it's a give and take, and there's subtle changes that need to happen, but not to be loved, just to work the relationship and make it better, then that's positive change, and it's good change. And then being single is a gift. Being single allows you to love yourself. Being single allows you to appreciate yourself and respect yourself enough to know when you're in something that's bad for you. And then no matter how much it hurts, it took me 5 years to finally love myself enough and respect myself enough to understand that this person was never going to change, was never going to love me, and that I owed it to myself. And unfortunately, that time, in fact, when I got cancer, she came back into my life, and I kind of thought, wow, this is amazing. This is probably a gift of cancer that, through this, it's going to change. And it didn't. In fact, if anything, it just hurt even more. And that taught me, the narrative in my head was, not only was I unworthy and incapable of somebody loving me, even especially the person who said that she loved me, but that cancer had made me somehow more unlovable. And that's been a really tough thing for me to deal with over the last 2 years. And so some amazing women have come into my life over the last 2 years, and women who I know are capable and able to love me for me and fully, but I was not able to give them a chance to love me because of their own narrative in my own head. And being single allows you to deal with that stuff, and that's also a gift. So if you're single for a reason, and work it out. And if you're in a relationship, understand that loving yourself is far more important than having the other person love you. So cheers, till next time, peace.